Right, from watching you doing the 8-step, one or two things I think you need to pay attention to. Number one is holding ball, before quite a few postures. For example, 野马分松, yeah, and 蓝雀尾. These postures, you tend to start by moving from the last one into it with a holding ball posture. Now, I can see a few of us here have this holding ball problem. Now, sometimes it's a bit too far, sometimes it's not, yeah? Now, it is important for us to know the holding ball, how should the ball be and where it should be. Now, when we hold the ball, although we are turning to a corner, but the ball is still in front of you. You're not moving it away from the center of your body. First thing, we must make sure that, yeah? That means 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's on the side, but it isn't. So don't over pull it or don't underdo it. Okay? Now, this holding ball position, actually, at the moment we're doing it quite round. Yeah? But in fact, it's not always round. And as I said before, when you do a posture, you've got the rhythm. And you've got like the mind going through a roller coaster of emotions, from relaxation and starting to build up to that sort of a mental tension, and then slowly subside, and then carry on rising up. Here it's the same thing. When we hold the ball, to begin with, we try not to explain too much to people about rounding it and then slowly squashing it, because then beginners will become quite confused. Yeah? But for us as instructors, we must know, number one, the ball is in front of you, although it is at an angle because you turn, not because you moved your ball. The ball hasn't moved. If you did move it, it would be like this, like you do with the 白鹤亮翅, white cranes spread its wings. The only difference is because you actually sit back, turn, and step. Okay, but it is still in the center. This is number one. Number two, there is actually a small movement to actually change the shape of this ball. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. But changing of shape not done by the hands, is by the body ready, gathering and spreading. But it is important, the ball starting off round, and it should be under your chin, level more or less with your shoulders. The other one, it should be more or less with your lower abdomen. Okay? Although, as you can see me do it, I actually squash the ball slightly, but as you can see, it is still more or less in the center line. Don't go sideways. No good. No good. Okay? In the center. So that means your movement, your hand movement, is actually moving according to the need of the application. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very subtle. But some of us can see, I mean, obviously, this is not something that you have learned yet. So you have learned now. But it's just a holding ball. I can see some of you are like this. No, keep the ball still. It is the body that turns, not the hand that pulls it. Yeah? Okay, keep the hand more or less in the center line, even when you turn to the side. Why? Then you create a nice round armpit, also a nice round ball, before you squash it and split. Okay, so this is one of them. The second one is arriving at the same time. And in fact, this is one of the 10 essentials. We call this up and down unified in harmony. How? Because I can see quite a few of us doing this. 搂膝凹步. That stop. That hasn't. Yeah? So it is important. We might not start at the same time, but we must try to finish together. Okay? So that is paramount, because this is coordination. This is what called a unification of strength. How you actually unify that strength. Yeah? Okay? So it is important. You might not start at the same time, but yet you must finish. Once your knees finish bowing, your hand must stop. So how far do we reach? It is how you actually learn. That's why you have to try to explore. And remember what I said yesterday? Don't just close your eyes and practice. Practice and think. How I can match my speed of the hand, the speed of the hand, with the speed of my movement on the legs. So that will happen when I push, stop. Stop. No good? Stop. Stop. Same thing as 野马分鬃. 野马分鬃. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Finish. Ha, finish. Ha, ha. No good. Okay? Same thing with all the other postures. 手挥琵琶. 1, 2, 3. No. That tells us something has to wait. Either it's through your hand or your feet. Okay? Coordination is not about moving at the same pace together. Coordination means whatever you do, get them finished together. This is coordination. Okay? 彭吕几案. 彭 吕 几 案. No good. Okay? 彭 吕 几 案. Da. Finish. Okay? No good. The body is finished, the arm's still going. Okay? This is two things you need to pay attention to. Number one, holding ball. No good. This is the movement of a beginner. Okay? So the ball, your arm really just come in slightly in front of your chest and flip over. so that you can hold the ball. Okay? That looks like you move your arm was because you turned. Yeah? Okay? It's like, I don't know if you have this feeling before. On the train, when we went to China, if we were on the train, you come into a station, your train stops. There was a next train right next to us. And then suddenly, our train moves. But then you suddenly realize it wasn't our train, it was the train next door. Okay? So this is the thing that you need to pay attention to. Sometimes it's not how you actually try to coordinate with your arms. It's how you can actually get things to finish together. Okay? Yeah? So make sure that bottom line is, whatever you do, coordination is about getting everything to the right place at the right time. In between is irrelevant. It's only relevant you're going into the right route. But the speed, it's irrelevant. Because sometimes one part may be faster than the other. In order for the other, in order to catch up. Or one part is slower than the other in order for the others to catch up. Okay? So it is important that we need to try to work out not just simply accuracy, also the actual synchronization, coordination. Yeah? So that is also part of the accuracy training as well. So that's why when we go back and practice individual postures, don't just do the postures. Just actually work on the coordination of your body and mind. The most important thing is you must make sure when you finish, everything finish. Yeah? So that means if you touch here, for example, if I touch here, stop. No good. This. I push, move, together. Stop. Okay? So this is what you need to learn, is make sure nothing carries on when your stance is done. Okay? The only thing that carries on. Do you know what it is? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. This is one of the 10 essentials as well. This is called the movement stops, the mind carries on. So that means your mind is always a step ahead of your movement. Yeah? So when you finish, your mind carries on to the next. And there's another saying is, your strength, finish. Your strength, finish. Finish, but the mind carries on, which is starting, the mental tension starting to subside and carry on to the next one. So your mind is constantly moving